Welcome back to Home Track Heroes here on the CW11. My name is Caleb Hart, joined by Kyler Hope, and we are towards the very tail end of the 15th and final Rory Price Memorial here at Evergreen Speedway for the sprint cars. Our sprint, they put on a great show so far, and as we come back with, 6 laps remaining,
exactly,
Reese Getz going to be the man on point, but we've got a double file restart starting,
exactly.
And Cameron Neisinger is motivated to get this. Both these drivers are going to be motivated to get this.
Yeah, and that caution came out at just the right time for Cameron Neisinger, because if it was a lap later, we'd be looking at a single file restart. But since there's 6 laps instead of 5 laps remaining, we're going to double them back up and talk about a better way to end the RP history with a double file restart, 6 laps to go. I think still 7-8 cars on the lead lap that can win it, so it's anyone's race still.
And still a huge field out there as well. Some of the slower cars in the field may even still play a factor as far as lap traffic goes. They get to them awfully quick, because you can see the field forming up. That is Getz in the black and blue with white, number 95. Neisinger is the white with blue and black, number 12 out there. And I'll tell you what, both of these guys, I don't think either of them raced with Rory. It would have been awfully young for them, but both of their dads with some history there. Scott Neisinger's been around forever. And I know Alan Getz has raced with Rory, against Rory at the same very race. I mean, the time that I met Rory, open wheel show, Alan was running NSRA sprints back in that day, so those two cross paths. It would mean a lot for both of these families to get their name on the Rory Price Trophy for the final time.
Exactly, and the lap cars are still going to be mixed in there. As you see Secord on the inside of row number 2. That is Colton Nelson to the outside of row number 2. He's your third place car, so he's really waiting for just one mistake for both these drivers. And we've seen Troy DeCare make it work in the past, taking it 3 wide in turn number 1. There's grip to be found on that outside line, as there's 1 to go right here at the line, as it can really be anyone's race. Just one little slip up or one little collision and take out 3-4 cars, and it's Case Tillman's race.
Anything can happen as we're getting down to the nitty-gritty 6 laps to go here at Evergreen Speedway on the 3/8. Getz sets the pace on the inside. Neisinger trying to match him. They'll come off of 4. Green flags back out.
The 95 sliding a little bit sideways, getting to full throttle as they're going to go side by side. Neisinger with a huge run off the corner. He's going to take the lead going into turn number 3 and 4. New leader Cameron Neisinger as Reese Getz smoking up that right rear tire, losing a little bit of drive off with just 5 laps remaining. You have a new leader.
As these cars burn off their fuel load, and they burn a lot of fuel per lap, the rear end of the car gets lighter, it gets looser, it gets harder to handle. Neisinger looks to have the setup just right. Getz looks just a little beyond loose, as you can see the back end of that car stepping out in the corners just a little bit, and it's cost him forward drive.
Coming by this time, just 3 laps remaining. Will Reese Getz have anything left for Cameron Neisinger? Colton Nelson sits comfortably in third, watching this battle, just hoping for a caution to re-catch the lead too, but huge lead for Cameron Neisinger as he comes by this time. 2 laps remain.
Well, you hinted on it. The former track champion would love to have this, the biggest crown jewel in his trophy case, and Neisinger coming by this time, going to be 3/8 of a mile away from winning the final Rory Price Memorial.
Possibly lap traffic could come into play, so he's not completely out of the woods yet. Cameron Neisinger off of turn number 2 looks good. Reese Getz smoking up that tire. Just 2 more corners to go for Cameron Neisinger.
Neisinger gasses it up off of 4. The Rory Price Memorial winner, Cameron Neisinger, followed by Reese Getz, and to the line, Colton Nelson will take 3rd.
As the fans go crazy, so definitely a crowd favorite is Cameron Neisinger in that 12 car, as Chloe Hudson actually went around coming off turn number 2, so she's able to keep it too hard out of the fence, but all eyes are on the 12 of Cameron Neisinger as he goes by the start-finish line one more time. Wow, wow, wow. What a race.
Well, you know, a race that was hit or miss to even get in, considering the weather that was fought during the course of this. And just to get her in, to get her done, and these drivers put on a show for this crowd. Congratulations, Cameron Neisinger.
As you see him making his way down on the front row, a couple drivers coming up. That looks like Coleman right there celebrating with him. Richardson as well, as he's going to get up on the wing dance for Cameron Neisinger. This probably means more to him than anything he's done in his career. No championship, no race win could match this for the young Cameron Neisinger.
Watch him get the head and neck restraint off, get the helmet off, and get ready to celebrate as he has earned it 50 laps. The crown jewel belongs to him. There's Todd coming into the picture. Todd, a guy who raced with Rory himself. He knows what this thing means, and Nice to hear the head sock is off. What a cool moment.
Got to be fighting back tears. Huge smile. Still probably doesn't even fully feel the full effect of it. He's going to go over and talk to Reese Getz. There's got to be some disappointment there. Still some good sportsmanship, showing him a hug, but just absolute tough break. Sam from Sam's Towing coming over. This means so much to him. It's an incredible moment. You hear the crowd going crazy.
Awesome drive by Cameron Neisinger as he's going to wander forward. And we will get a word with your winner of the final Rory Price Memorial.
That was cool. Cam Neisinger, how's it feel to be the winner of the Rory Price Memorial for 2021?
Words can't even describe how I feel right now. To know the group of people that have put this on for so many years and sacrificed so much, I just can't put in words how good this feels to be up here.
Well, there's a lot of people right down here that want to speak for you. How about this guy? I love doing that. And the smile on your face, talk about those real quickly, helping you get to this point.
Honestly, with the last year, 2020, not having any luck, and then the first part of this season, struggling day after day, trying to figure the car out, to be up here, to have put in as much time as myself and my crew has over the last couple of weeks, it's incredible, and it's taken a lot, and I'm glad to be here.
The driver, the number 95, Reese Getz.
Hey, thank you everybody for coming out. Hope we put on a good show for y'all.
Yeah, you guys put on a whale of a show. Talk about the track conditions and how it was out there for you.
Well, thankfully we have such a good staff and crew around here that we get the track turned around and dried out enough for us to even get the tires revved up for y'all. So just put all the thanks out for the track crew that we have, and thankfully the rain stayed away so we can race.
Good to see you. Congratulations on the finish. Take us through it.
Yeah, thanks. It was a lot of fun. This is my favorite event to run every year. I really like running this track and making the drive up here with all these Washington guys. I can't thank my crew that came up here and helped me enough. My whole team, the Nelsons, the Bensons, the Cools, my whole family and all my friends watching back home. This is the first time I've podiumed. I have a 4th and 2 5ths up here, so it's happy to be up where I'm at right now.
And talk about those helping you out to get here.
Oh man, Miller Lite, PBT Auto Sales, YMC, Shark Racing Engines, a whole lot more I'm probably forgetting.
Well, what a deserving, excellent podium. What a great way to finish out what's been a great race for 15 years, the Rory Price Memorial here at Evergreen Speedway. And a big thank you to the family, the foundation, everybody who helps put that thing together. Such a cool deal and such a cool thing for us to be a part of that for the 15 years that it's been here. We couldn't be more blessed at Evergreen Speedway to be the host of that event. And we'll always remember Rory. What a great guy.
Talk about a great race to finish off a 16-year legacy, as we didn't have one last year due to unfortunate circumstances. But yeah, we had everything. We had some intense wrecks, some great racing, some drama with Aaron Wilson. I mean, it was the complete show to end out the 15 years.
You had heartbreak, you had drama, you had a late race pass for the lead. Couldn't really ask for anything more. A huge field of cars, veterans, rookies. It was a great time, and like you said, a fitting end to what's been a fitting race, and for a fitting guy, for sure.
Exactly. And so we're going to take these cars, we're going to rip the wing off them, we're going to shrink them down, and the Ford Focus Image is going to roll out here with probably one of the biggest fields we've seen with them all year, and I'm excited for it. They put on great shows every time out.
Yeah, they loaded about 16 cars into the pit area here today, and going to be an interesting scenario for them, again, battling kind of the same situation that we saw in the sprint cars. A cooler racetrack than what they're used to. Now, that racetrack's not going to be nearly as clean as it was. You just had the sprint cars out there putting rubber down for 50 laps around it. By the way, this segment here on Home Track Heroes brought to you by Angel of the Winds Casino Resort. Celebrate 100% smoke-free gaming at Angel of the Winds Casino Resort. Whether a birthday, gender reveal, excursion with the friends, strikers bowling, or all things sports, Angel of the Winds Casino Resort offers incredible packages with exciting extras. Book your party package today by visiting angelofthewinds.com.
And a notable absence from the starting lineup is Jake Austin, so he had some trouble in practice. So sad to see the 15 car out there, but on the front row, we got the 12J. Your last winner out here is Rebel Jackson Jr., and to his outside, the 16 of Nick Larson.
Ronan number 2 is the Speedway veteran, although he hasn't been in an open wheel car all that much. My boss, Joe Constant, starts in the 8 car, and next to him it's the 23 of Randy Schaff.
And in row number 3, you got the 81 of Marty Rosler to his outside, the 18, Brianna Brostrom, her first time here today this year.
Yep, row number 4, Dwayne Swanson's in the 6 car. He's on the inside. Next to him, out of Shoreline, Washington, car number 4, that is Michael Volbrecht.
And the next row, we got the 5 of John Fugit, and to his outside, the 3B of Brian Hayes.
Rookie to the series, the 77 car is Tyler West, and next to him, a first time in the race car, the 15X. This is Mark Krieger. This is the former Mike Stryker car. You see him out a couple of weeks, and my old race car.
Your old race car.
I built this car.
A little bit of sentimental value then, seeing it out there.
I just don't want to see it running around and last. So come on, Mark, let's go.
So on the front row, we got 2 of the asphalt aces in this class, you could say. Rebel Jackson Jr. and Nick Larson. They've won about every single race in the asphalt division for these guys this year, and I'm excited to see what they have in store for us.
Jackson's leading the points for their little asphalt series that they've got up and going. Larson has been a terror both in an open midget and here in a focus midget. They're going to lead them down for green flag action getting here into 1 and 2.
And that all-white car with the red chassis, that is Joe Constance. Like you said, he's no stranger to Evergreen Speedway at all, and it's cool seeing him back here. His first time in a car this year, and he's going to settle into 4th spot right away as Nick Larson looked really squirrely coming off turn number 2.
Yeah, and it's going to cost him a spot. Is diving down to the inside. There goes Schaff looking for a position, although Schaff washes out. Nice crossover move by Larson to retain second. So Larson in second, Schaff giving him some pressure. It is Rebel Jackson Jr., another guy that raced with Rory Price. Fitting on this weekend, the Rebels outsetting the pace on this race.
Yep, Nick Larson in that orange chassis holding on to second now. Schaff all over his back bumper. Schaff, he's been no stranger to racing either, and he has quite a history. He's racing the Northwest Tour, so he's definitely accustomed to this asphalt. Oh no, it looks like that is your old car, I think, coming to a slow going on the front straightaway.
And first out, Krieger, no. Well, okay, so be it. That'll happen.
It's not torn up, at least.
It's not. It's still in good shape as Krieger's going to go out. You know, interesting, they just picked that car up, I think, less than a week ago, and Mark's going to drive it for a little while, but actually the idea behind it was to get it for his kid. Kid's not quite old enough to run in the division yet, but soon here he'll jump into the car, and then Mark's looking to pick up a second midget to ride with the series. You know, the series does to both the dirt and pavement, and who knows how often we'll see him, but there should be 2 Kriegers out there running midgets sooner rather than later.
And we see Keegan Krieger out here running in the Youth Hornet division, so he's getting some time behind the wheel, getting used to these race cars, not these race cars, as a Little Hornet and a Focus Midget are 2 very different types of racing,
right.
2 very different disciplines when it comes to it.
Well, you look at it as far as speeds go, and with as small as these cars are, they actually put together, I don't think they're quite as quick as like a late model in the 3/8s, but they're down in and around it, and that's part of the reason that the midgets don't allow anybody under the age of 16 to run in the class, so that's part of the reason you haven't seen the younger Krieger up in that car quite yet.
So something to look forward to as we go back down track side. 2 laps complete, 23 still to go for Rebel Jackson Jr. leading over Nick Larson. Randy Schaff sits in P3. Joe Constance in 4, and Brianna Brostrom in 5th in that 18 car.
So interesting how the Joe deal came together in the 4th place car here. That is Marty Rossler's second car, and that is their dirt car specifically. The car that Marty's running was a car that was built specifically for the asphalt as far as car construction goes. So Joe is in the dirt car this afternoon. A couple of guys who are used to running late models against each other for many, many years. Marty said, hey, come run my midget here at the Rory Price. Joe said, cool, I'll wheel it.
So how cool is that for Joe? Like we said, his first race out, and Joe is very fundamental to racing here in the Northwest, as we got a little bit of look for the lead there with Nick Larson trying to get to the inside of Rebel Jackson Jr. and just not quite have enough yet. He's sizing him up early.
Oh, he's going to swing wide, open his entrance up into the corner and try to drive off down low. Nice drive by Larson. Couldn't quite make the pass going into 1 and 2, right up to the rear bumper going into 3.
Yeah, we saw that last time by, just to the inside, not quite enough momentum to get all the way side by side with Rebel into turn number 3, as he's going to swing wide, like you said, maybe take a little bit sharper entrance into the corner and get good drive off. Rebel washes up just enough, doesn't get quite as good off exit speed in that 12J car, as Nick Larson still all over the back bumper. Schaff right there, not that far behind in 3rd.
Nice look again to the high side to Larson. Again, the terminology is opening up your entrance. The wider you start coming into the corner is the harder you can drive down off and off the bottom, kind of trying to slingshot on by in the low groove as they come off the corner, and that's the move that Larson's trying to pull right now. He is all over the back of Rebel, but I'll tell you what, as many laps as Rebel has, nothing Larson's going to do is going to shake him. He has seen every move in the books. Heck, he wrote half the books that the moves come out of.
Yeah, we see Larson get way down in turns 3 and 4 scraping. There's all those white bumps you see in turns 3 and 4. Those can really upset these cars. They got a lot smaller wheels than those bumps were designed for. As normally it's a stock car on a 10-inch wheel. As these cars got little wheels and they're bouncing through those bumps, it's really going to upset the cars. And I would want to avoid that painted rumble strip there as well, because any bit of moisture on that's going to make that paint really slick. So a lot of extra X factors that these drivers have to work through in these little Focus midgets.
Yep, these are 13-inch wheels and tires on the midget division. We're going to see another midget division coming up a little bit later on the program with a little bit bigger engine package, but they're 13-inch wheels and tires, 1,100-pound, 1,140-pound race cars at minimum on these, and in the mid-100 range as far as horsepower. So if they get into trouble, they don't have a lot of power nor big tires to really get them out of it. There's an emphasis on being smooth in these race cars.
Yeah, Larson using up that low line in turns 3 and 4, trying to get any sort of drive off that he can. Just does not have enough to get to the inside of Rebel Jackson yet. As they go down the back straightaway, they've checked out from Randy Schaff and Joe Constance and Brostrom in the 5th spot. As Larson goes way low, sparks flying. He's almost to the inside. A little bit of contact between your two race leaders as they go down into turns 1 and 2 with 14 to go.
So interesting enough, that forced Jackson to take a much even more narrow entrance into 1, but it didn't hurt him there as he kept the advantage over Larson. So Larson changing things up a little bit. Going to pull the wide swing move and maybe try to circle him on the outside here, but the last time by fed him the old stainless steel front bumper, and there's the run by Larson down the back straightaway.
Side by side for your race lead, 13 to go as they go into 1 and 2. A little bit of smoke from the 12, J. Rebel Jackson Jr. as they go down the front straightaway. New race leader Nick Larson. I don't think Junior's done yet though, as he goes back to the back bumper in turns 1 and 2.
Rebel's been in this position a million times. Okay, you got passed for the lead. Don't get shook. Get back. Start making good laps again, and don't let him get away, especially with slower traffic looming at the back of the field.
Yeah, I think Nick Larson definitely has the faster car, at least is willing to show that he has the faster car for now, as he was all over the back bumper of Rebel Jackson Jr., and we're going to take a flashback to the battle for the 4th spot. Joe Constance with the mirror full.
I'll tell you what, looking at Joe as Brianna makes a big run into the corner, something's wrong on that race car, and I say that, you look at the right rear tire, it almost looks like it's got just a little bit of a chatter to it, and I wonder if the shock on that corner might be not quite what he's looking for as far as like a compression setting goes, because it's not getting in the corner and looking smooth. He's probably having to back it up and pedal it just a little bit to get into the turn, and I think that's where it's costing him drive for amongst the first 3.
So that could be something going wrong on the Joe Constance machine, as he is probably not, I mean, it could be the factor of not having heat races to work on the car anymore. This could have been something they figured out in a heat race, got a new shock in there, made whatever adjustments were needed, and just to not have that extra laps to make that right adjustment with just 8 laps to go. He's hanging on in 4th spot, just not quite the full car he wants it to be.
Well, Joe's never been on in a pavement Focus midget. This is his first run on this. He has a little bit of midget experience on the dirt as he works to get underneath Tyler West. And, again, we're talking about a guy who's been racing at Evergreen Speedway since the late 80s at this point in time, so he knows how to get around this place, and I think you're seeing him make the most with the least at the moment, as you've got Brian Hayes spinning around on the back straightaway.
Oh, and is that his tire rolling away too?
Oh, Brian, you never want the tire to finish ahead of you.
The tire saw his friends over there outside the corner, wanting to go join them, as we're going to take a look and see what happened. Caution lights come on, and just a spin cycle there, so throttled up off the corner and just lost that left rear.
Tire finishes right at the exit. Let's get a look down the back straightaway. Here is Brian, Mount Vernon, Washington-based driver. A shower of sparks about to come up, and whoop, around we go. So we'll take a break. We'll come back with more here on Home Track Heroes in the CW11.